guys, so my name is Miss Chantelle and I teach VeggieTime at Stanton, and I'm here today to show you guys how to make two very simple recipes. One of them will be for almond milk and one of them will be for oat milk. And these recipes are both great if you're lactose intolerant, and they're really simple to make too. So let's start off with the almond milk. The almond milk is the one that is a little bit trickier because you have to soak the almonds ahead of time, either overnight or 1 to 2 hours before you do the recipe. I'm gonna add the almonds to the blender. Then I'm gonna add the 4th teaspoon of vanilla extract. And then I'm going to add the 1/2 tablespoon of honey. And the honey just gives it a little bit of sweetness, but not too much. And then you can always adjust this if you like your milk to be a little bit sweeter. So that is the honey. Now we've got the salt, a little tiny pinch, probably about that much. And then we're going to add the 2½ cups of water. Next you want to put the lid on. Make sure that your blender is all plugged in. And I think you want to start it off on a slower setting. And then you want to just let it blend for 1 to 2 minutes. Okay, so once all the ingredients are blended together, you're going to take your blender and you're going to pour the mixture into the bowl with the cheesecloth on it. You're just going to pour it all in. You're going to grab the edges of your cheesecloth because you don't want the liquid to get outside of the cheesecloth itself. So then you can pick it up, and as you can see, the liquid is already straining out, but then the solid parts from the almond are actually staying in the cheesecloth. So then to speed up the process a bit, you can squeeze it. And you want to start squeezing from the top and squeezing down. Great. So at this point, most of the liquid is out. So I might just see if I can show y'all what this looks like. Not the most appetizing, but this is the leftover bit, and this is just the pureed almonds. So there you have it. That's your almond milk. Not sure if you can fully see, but it's kind of creamy. I can even do a taste test. Let me try a little bit. Yeah, it tastes really good. I would probably add a little bit more honey because I like mine a bit sweeter, but it tastes really good and it would last in the fridge for 4 to 5 days, but you have to put it in an airtight container. So this is the container that I'll be using. So now let's get started on the oat milk. Alright, so I took a few minutes to clean up, to get everything reset up, so now we'll be making the oat milk. And an additional thing that I forgot to add earlier is that the oat milk is a really good nut-free alternative. This recipe uses the same ingredients, and I think it actually uses some of the same ratios as the first one. So let's get started and let's make this one. The first thing you'll need is 1/2 cup of oats. So I'm going to get those. I have my 1/2 cup. I'm going to shake it off to level it, and we're going to add that into the blender. The next thing you're going to need is 2 cups of water, which I 2nd cup, add into the blender. And then you're going to use the same measurements for the vanilla and the honey, which were 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And then you're going to use 1/2 tablespoon of honey. And then you need a little pinch of salt. So this is the honey. Got 1/2 tablespoon. There we go. And then our final ingredient, which is the salt. And again, we just need a little pinch of salt. And I think the salt works to give it a bit more of a complex flavor. So it's not just the sweetness that you're tasting in the milk. All right, we've got all of our ingredients. Let's put the lid on the blender. Make sure it's on securely. And then let's put the speed up and let's blend. So this one needs to be blended for a shorter time than the almond milk. The almond milk needed 1 to 2 minutes. This actually needs 30 seconds to 45 seconds. If you blend it any more, the oat milk will become really, really slimy, and that's a texture that we don't want. So I will use my Fitbit to time 30 seconds, and then when it's done, I'll turn that off, and then we'll continue on. Alright, so that was right about 30 seconds. Take the lid off. And again, we're going to use the cheesecloth to strain this mixture. You're going to just go ahead and pour your mixture directly into it. Again, you're going to grab the corners of the cheesecloth. I'm going to slowly lift it, so then just the liquid portion starts to get strained out. And again, these recipes are just the basis, but if you want to do a chocolate almond milk or chocolate oat milk, you would add a little bit of cacao powder. If you want yours a little bit sweeter, you can add more honey. If you want yours a bit more vanilla-y, you can add more vanilla. So this is really just a basis or like a guideline, and then from there you can do whatever you want to taste. I finished straining, and now we've got the oat milk in here, so I'm going to do a little taste test. So this one tastes a lot creamier than the almond milk does, but I think I would still add a little bit more honey and maybe even a little bit more vanilla to this recipe, just to give a bit more flavor. But as you guys saw, those two recipes were really, really easy to make, and I challenge you to make them yourself. And comment down below or let me know if you end up making this recipe, and if you end up making any modifications to it. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next week.